Hi, it's Wendy again. I am getting ready to slice the mushrooms with my Pampered Chef Quick Slice, and I thought I would give you a little mini lesson on mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are so important to me for flavor. They aren't much on their own to some people, but they add an incredible depth of flavor to anything that you make with them. They're super low in calories. They add fiber. They're just amazing things. But you may not know very much about mushrooms. So I have 4 types here I want to show you. This is your basic white button mushroom. This is what most of us buy, what you're used to seeing. This is called the cap, and this is the stem. This is kind of fibrous, so mostly I don't want to use the stems. I use those for simmering in soup stock, and all you have to do to get rid of the stem is pull it out. That was pretty simple, huh? Save it. Use it for some stock. The next mushroom I have is called a cremini. This is basically a baby portobello mushroom. You've seen the really big portobellos in the store. You can use them as nice, beautiful slices. You can stuff the caps. A lot of times you can use them on the grill, like instead of a hamburger, you can make a portobello burger because they have a meaty, mommy taste. They have a darker flavor than the white button mushrooms, which are kind of basically tasteless on their own. These have a little flavor. So cremini is a really good little mushroom. They're always this brown color, so you can look for them this way. They have the same type stem like this, and you just pop it out, snap it right out, and you have a nice little cap. This lovely little creature is a shiitake mushroom, and it grows like this. Here's the stem coming down, and it has this big expanded cap. You want to look for one of these that has nice, clean, tight gills like this. Look at that. You can kind of see the gills in there, and you want those to be close and white and dry. This has got just a little bit of dirt on it, but you know what? I don't care about that. A little bit of dirt is okay. If you're fanatical, go ahead and wash your mushrooms. A lot of people are fanatical about dirt in their food, and that's okay. If that's you, that's you. For me, I don't think a little bit of dirt, if it's this kind of clean dirt that mushrooms are grown in, is really going to hurt you. So I don't bother. Now shiitakes have a really tough stem, and this is their stem. Look at how woody and fibrous this is. So sometimes you can pull it out like this one I just pulled out, and again this will go in my stock pile. Sometimes you have to take a paring knife and trim it, but I didn't have to do that with this. That one came right out, so that's another good one. Here's a mushroom that you really shouldn't pass up if you're interested in different flavors in mushrooms. It has a wonderful flavor that is totally unlike any other mushroom. This is called a oyster mushroom. And the reason it's called that, I suppose, is because it kind of looks a little bit like oysters. It grows on a vertical surface like this, actually down like this, and you have all these nice little petals of mushroom. But this has a really great flavor. It's light and delicate on its own. The stalk is a little bit woody also. It's not quite as bad as others, so you can keep it if you want to, but I probably won't use this. So I am going to keep it attached though until I'm ready to use the individual mushroom pieces, because as you can tell these are small, there's a lot of them. It's just more convenient to deal with it as a group. So here is my quick slice. This is a really ingenious device that will slice all kinds of vegetables, cheese, fruits, kind of soft textured items. It's not recommended for potatoes, but almost everything else does really great in here. It's terrific for pears, pineapple, avocados, anything with that kind of texture. It has the bottom here, you can see it's an open grid with about 1/4 inch markings. You can use it in a parallel to each other horizontal method like this, or you can use it to make cubes, which I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to use it in the parallel horizontal method. I'm going to put my mushrooms in here. I'm going to put maybe 4, and these are the white button mushrooms, doesn't matter what size. Put them in, and then there is this part, which is the chopper part, the slicer part. You can see that it has slicer blades. It's got a good sturdy handle so you can really use your body weight as leverage. Now, depending on the direction that you slice to the parallel bars in the bottom depends on whether you get slices one way or the other way. You can also, depending on how you line these up, get a small dice. Alright, I want nice half-inch, well, quarter-inch slices. And that's exactly what I got. One push, all my mushrooms are cut. Look at how beautiful these are. Nice and even. Here's the cut width. They're all ready. I just take this off, dump them. I've got a catch tray on the bottom for anything that goes through. One little piece got stuck here. Alright, so let's do some creminis and some buttons because I have a lot of mushrooms here. What I'm actually making today is an Alfredo, a mushroom Alfredo. I'm going to, that's enough. I think 4 at a time is usually about right for this. I'm going to saute these mushrooms. There you go. You have to have it lined up right. I didn't have my chopping blade lined up right. Alright, so now I have my creminis all sliced. If you have any resistance, like I just did, it means you're not lined up right. So just go back and adjust your placement. Alright, I'm going to do these all together because they're similar size and type. I'm back to button mushrooms again. Line up, press, slice. Beautiful pieces of mushroom. Anyway, I'm making mushroom Alfredo. I'm going to saute a little bit of bacon for some flavor, drain off the fat, saute my mushrooms in the little tiny residue of bacon fat that might be left, and then I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning, some garlic, Alfredo sauce, and I'm going to serve that on pasta. Alright, now, what I just did was one of these beautiful shiitake mushrooms, and although it has a different texture, it did just great, so let's watch that. Here's a really big one. I'm going to put just this single mushroom cap. I'm going to put it upside down, actually, because I think it will be a little bit more level to do that. I'm just line up my slicing tool, press down, voila. Beautiful, beautiful slices. Look at these. Aren't these gorgeous? That's how easy it is to slice a whole lot of mushrooms fast. Alright, let's see what happens with my oyster mushrooms. Now, I've never done oyster mushrooms here before, so let's just see what happens. I'm going to leave them attached at the root end just to hold them together. And once I get them placed like this, I'm going to twist that off. Yeah, I don't want that, so I'm going to put that in there. That's a little bit woody. Alright, so I've got all my pieces in here. This oyster mushroom. Chop! Wow. Really super fast. You can do this so much faster than you could with a paring knife, and look at these nice even strips. This would be great for cutting your vegetables for pizza, stroganoff if you want to stay with the mushrooms, but this is fantastic for like doing roast peppers, anything for your salads. Fantastic. Now, just as a test, I have all my mushrooms here ready. That's all I want. Here's the woody end that I took off of a mushroom. Here's the other end. These are all kind of nasty stems, and I don't want to eat them, but I do want to see how they cut because they're fibrous and they're a little bit out of the realm of what I would normally cut. So let's get rid of the nice mushroom pieces there. I'm keeping that. Alright, so I've got my stems here. Remember, I'm not going to eat these, but I want to see how they cut. Alright, line up. Wow, they cut great. So let's see what I have. Alright, I have these nice little pieces. It was no problem to cut them at all. Keep in mind they're still kind of woody, fibrous. I'm just going to throw them in my save it for soup pot. I have actually a bag I keep in the freezer. I'll throw these in the freezer. When I get ready to make soup next time, I'll have all kinds of different vegetables, which gives me a great flavor. But let me show you again these beautiful mushroom pieces. This is 3 types of mushrooms, which is going to give me fantastic flavor. Well, actually it's 4 now because I put the oyster mushroom in. And this is going to make a great meal. Now this looks like a lot of mushrooms, but mushrooms cook down significantly. This will probably cook down by half. This will be the right amount for a 3 to 4 serving portion of my mushroom Alfredo. Thanks for watching. learn how to do this. This is so much fun, and you can bring your family home for dinner. Bye. Hi, it's Wendy in the kitchen with my Pampered Chef amazing 8-inch saute stainless steel pan. This is just the right pan for softening and cooking down some mushrooms, which I'm about to show you. This is 4 cups of cut mushrooms. I have 3 different kinds here. It looks like a lot for this little pan, but it isn't. This is just exactly right. So I put my mushrooms in here, and you can see that the pan is pretty full. I'm going to put this on the stove now and just let it reduce and simmer, and I'll show you what I'm left with. Keep in mind, 4 cups to start. The pan itself has about a teaspoon of olive oil and about a teaspoon of butter, just for flavor in there. But mushrooms are made of mostly water. You know, they're spongy. This will reduce down by half. This pan will be half full when I'm done, and it won't take very long. So I'll see you in a few minutes, and then we'll add some seasonings. So this is the second part of our cooking mushroom demonstration. You remember I had this whole 4-cup measure filled with mushrooms. Let me show you what they have cooked down to now. It's been about 10 minutes. I had them on medium-low in my stainless steel pan. I didn't want to scorch the pan or the mushrooms. Remember, I had just about a teaspoon of olive oil and about a teaspoon of butter because I wanted some flavor. Nothing else is in here. Remember, the pan was filled up to about here. 4 cups is quite a lot for this size pan, but look at it now. We've got beautiful, beautiful mushrooms. This smells so good. This is going to add so much flavor to my mushroom Alfredo, and that is the next step. I am going to add some garlic, a little bit of white wine. I'm going to simmer these for probably another 5 minutes just to let the wine absorb a little bit. And into my Alfredo sauce, I have Italian seasoning, onion, and then Alfredo sauce. I'm using a jarred sauce because I'm in a hurry today, but this is going to make it special. It's not going to taste like something jarred when I get done with it, and that's the trick. Use prepared ingredients to your advantage. It doesn't take very much to doctor them up, make them personal, special to you. Do it how your family likes it. What do you have on hand? Do you have some parsley? Throw some parsley in. That would be really great. Actually, I'm going to get some parsley and do that because I do have parsley. So get your family home for dinner. Eating around the table is one of the best ways to get your kids involved, to stay in touch with what's happening in their lives. It's a great way to just talk to your spouse, stay in touch. Everybody's so busy today. We're texting, we're on the phone, we're working at home. Take time out for dinner. Mushrooms are simple, fast, easy addition to any kind of spaghetti sauce, pasta dish. They're great for you. They add extra fiber. Mushrooms are easy. Any questions, let me know.